This is the Dodo Raphus. Alright, just gotta get this nice in view. The Dodo Raphus is a Belgian-made Balisong. It's Belgium's first Balisong, actually, which I think is very cool. So shout outs to Dodo Industries. Some disclaimers first things first. I got this in a pass around, so I am getting to try this for free. I do not own it, and also I will not let the pass around, the fact that I get to try this for free, influence my opinion on this. I will be clear about my thoughts on this, but I do want to make sure that it's clear, and I am very grateful. So thank you very much for letting me be a part of your pass round. Let's talk about some specs as well as what it comes with. The Dodo Industries Raphus comes in a live blade and a trainer. The live blade looks a lot like this blade in this sort of simplified Japanese tanto. Nothing on the surface. I don't know. Right now it is marked, everything is marked as sold out, but I do believe that there will be a restock. It is 162 euros and 182 USD. If you want to buy it in Europe, you can buy, I think, from the Dodo website or through Balisong. And the Americans can get it through Shop Soet, which is a company we all know and trust. So shout outs to Damn Right I Got Knives, aka Paul Jenkins. It is 7075 aluminum with an AUS 8 blade steel. I'm not sure if that's for the live blade or just the trainer. It weighs 3.79 ounces with the weights in, which I will talk about, and it is an overall length of 10.08 inches. So, also, before I get too much into the weeds, comes in a nice hard case, has this soft padding inside. I would say that this is pretty reliable. It does not come with any spare hardware, so do be aware. And it does come with stickers. Hilariously, Paul, I guess, forgot to include stickers, or maybe they weren't ready at first, so he just sent me all the stickers. All of the stickers. In fact, I think these aren't even supposed to, like, this is the Instagram QR code, which is on the back of the box, as well as these, like, I didn't even know what these were at first. That's a USB. I didn't even know what these were at first, but he sent them to me, and I asked Dodo, I was like, what is this? And they're like, oh, we use these. This one's all bent out of shape because I was demonstrating that we use these basically to, like, hook it in here, and you loop it in through, and they Sharpie whether it's a live blade or a trainer blade. And I assume that Paul did not know what they were for, but saw the logo and was just like, all right, I'm shipping it to her too. So got that solved. I have, I might keep, I don't fucking know, to be honest. Let's talk about the Balisong. So as I mentioned before, this is a 3.8-ish ounce Balisong trainer, 7075 aluminum. Aluminum, don't worry, it is really, really, really grippy. This pattern here is quite grippy. Honestly, a little coarse for my taste. It is also quite handle biased. Now, that said, there are weights that you can remove. I have tried it without weights in. I do find it to be, like, kind of neutral, but honestly, I do think it flips better with the weights in. It carries a nice momentum, and while I don't prefer handle bias, I do find that it feels good and intentional with the weights in. Like, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. I've definitely flipped some handle bias things. I'm like, this is absurd, like, not this one actually. I feel like it, it's more handle bias than my tastes, but I do think that it's a perfectly fine Balisong. I am so bad at the Z chokers on this. Chaplin's fine. Maybe a little loose for me. I don't really do a ton of Chaplins, but I do twirls. I think that twirls feel good. I do fans, and not so handle bias that my fans feel like absolute ass butt. And yeah, the rollovers feel quite nice on this. And when I have done aerials, I do think it carries pretty nicely. But as I mentioned before, I don't think this is for me. I don't really think that I want one for a couple reasons. One, I don't prefer the handle bias. Also, I was trying to mention that Dodo thinks that they are compatible with, like, the zippy plugs, aka the Squid Industry system, but as you can see from my own fucking Nautilus, that I can't get this fucking thing out. So I can't even flip it on my own thing to get them both on the same side. Unfortunately, that's the case. This isn't my Balisong, so I don't want to fuck with the weights and get shit stuck in it. So I have only tried just basically the stock configurations of in and out, and third-party stuff I haven't tried with. which is a shame because I do think that perhaps maybe a zippy plug would be more my speed in that it would feel, you'd still have a weight at the end which would carry that momentum, but maybe, just not as much handle bias. I also do find that the texture is a little coarse for my taste. Not a bad thing, I think, especially for aluminum. This is more of a me thing. It's got really nice face milling too, and I like the design. I think the design looks nice. I like the trainer blade. I made sure to compliment that. I do think maybe the blade could be like a little heavier. The live blade, apparently I asked if the live blade and the trainer blade weigh the same, and the live blade is like very, very marginally heavier, but essentially like it's like not a super noticeable difference. I have not tried a live blade, but I do like when trainers and live blades feel the same because of like legality. I know that some people have said that they like when their trainers and their live blades feel different. I personally think that having a trainer feel different from the live blade is kind of a disservice for those that one can't legally or wish to own live blades. There are people who just don't want live blades. They want to flip trainers because they want to flip for fun and they don't want to get cut. And I think that's totally normal. That's totally fine. And so when the trainer and the live blade feel the same, I think that's kind of to the benefit. People that want a live blade can still get a live blade. There's no texture on the backside. There is jimping. The jimping's it's fine. It's satisfactory. Nothing. No comments on that really. So this maybe could have like another, like if there was a line here, there could theoretically be a little better grip on that if you were like worried about like ladders. But for the most part, just with the faces already so grippy, like even like depending on where I'm gripping, like with just the jimping and just how much the face texture is, like you can kind of feel it, especially when you're like, you're twirling in your hand, you're doing fans, whatever. Even with ladders, I feel like just I can kind of feel this face texture sandwiching between my fingers. I guess maybe because of the handle bias or whatever, or the texture, I find that like maybe I was in my brain, I'm like, is this a little square for my taste? And I'm like, that sounds stupid. I do prefer rounder handles, but I definitely have more square ones. All in all, though, I think the machining is really good. The tolerances are really good. While there are no spare hardware, the tolerances, like there's like very much no play at all. So don't disassemble it, I guess. And if things do come up, I guess I could ask what the washer sizes are. That might have that information online. You can reach out to Dodo_Industries on Instagram. I have had really easy time communicating with them, thankfully. So that's been really nice. Also, while I will say that I don't think the Raphus is necessarily for me, I don't particularly plan on trying to acquire one. I do find that the qualities that I do like, just at a fundamental level of being like, this is well machined, this is well designed, I think that, the overall baseline is like good. And I do know, and I'm allowed to say, that they are making more designs in the future. In fact, they're going to be making a titanium Balisong. I can't say more than that, but I have seen some, rough designs that might be, and I'm very excited. I think that speaks a lot more to me personally, as well as just, it's titanium. But not even just that, but the design looks more my speed. So I'm very excited, and so personally, while I don't think the Raphus is for me, I am very excited to see what Dodo cooks up in the future, and should I be able to find, maybe a balanced configuration or just, something that's more my speed. I'm looking really forward to that, and he told me that I would be a part of that pass around as well when that comes to be, which I cannot even promise to give you a timeline. I certainly, I can't. All in all, though, if you like handle bias Balisongs, this is a really well-made handle bias Balisong. It feels good. It doesn't feel absurd. There are definitely some that I think are just, there are definitely some handle bias Balisongs that like just feel way too handle bias. But this one definitely, it's a right. It's not for me, but it does feel correct. Also, normally I would compare things to other aluminum Balisongs on the market. The channel aluminum Balisong market is weird right now. There's still the Kraken trainer. You know, Squid Industry is still around. Squid does seem to be trying to maybe pivot out of Balisongs. That's not 100% clear. I doubt that they'll 100% leave it, but apparently they're trying to make a regular folder knife. Machine-wise, no longer makes the Prisma and the Prisma Pro. I think the Prisma Pro was roughly the same price, around 180-ish. Prisma Pro was something I could recommend. Well, I hadn't flipped the Pro. I flipped the V2, which had the same shape as 6065 opposed to 7075. I did not like the original Prisma, and I will say that when I took the weights out of the original Prisma, it felt blade bias. Didn't like that. This with no weights, thankfully, just feels more neutral. Just I think I prefer the momentum in it. And I guess the other people I could recommend, NRB. I don't know if there are any NRB vortexes available currently through his website, but almost definitely you can find some on the secondhand market if you're trying to acquire one. I think that would retail for like 160 or whatever. So like a little cheaper than 180. Definitely that one's like much lighter and much more neutral. What other channel aluminum balance? Oh, I guess EPS. But EPS 101 feels like it just feels very different. They're both technically channel aluminum Balisongs, but I find that like those are like more rectangular, where these are square. They have less face texturing. They just feel different. I think the 101 is also more neutral and more lighter maybe. I don't really know. So I just find that they're not actually that similar in terms of flipping experiences. But all in all, yeah, I think that the Raphus right now at least is you know, the whole market is in a little bit of a tricky place, but the Raphus is good. It's just not for me, and that's fine. Not everything has to be for me. But thank you for letting me be a part of the pass around. I will now officially be putting this away in the box, and it will be going to the next person, as well as a bunch of this stuff. I'll be keeping some of the stickers, but thank you for letting me be a part of Pass Around Dodo. Thank you, Damn Right I Got Knives, and thank you, viewer, for watching this. Click like, comment, bell, sit, stand, whatever. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on the Raphus? If you're European, do you find that its distribution is easier for you? What are your thoughts? And check out the coffee in the description. A little bit goes a long way. If you want to donate like $5, $3, it's a one-time donation. You can donate more than that, but it helps. I don't get paid to do this. This is something I do for fun. And so if you like this content, give a couple bucks. It helps me just keep going, keep me doing this. So thanks. Tune in next time, subscribe, and maybe in the future I'll have another Dodo Industries Balisong to review. But until then, take care.